Welcome back to Car Alerts, where performance meets precision, and today's spotlight is something truly breathtaking. What we have here is no ordinary machine, it's a purebred expression of motorsport DNA, sculpted for the road and perfected on the track. The 2025 Porsche 911 GT3 S pushes the limits of what's possible in a road-legal performance coupe. Precision engineering, aerodynamic mastery, and a soul forged in the crucible of racing, this is the 911 reimagined for an era where thrill and control must coexist like never before. Sit back and get ready for a high-octane ride through every inch of this beast. From its fierce presence to its raw mechanical beauty, this is not just a sports car, this is the GT3 S, dialed up. The moment you lock eyes with the 2025 GT3 S, you know you're witnessing the result of endless hours in the wind tunnel and obsessive attention to detail. The front end has been completely reworked to accommodate both cooling needs and aerodynamic flow. Gone is the more restrained expression of the previous generation. In its place, an aggressive stance that signals intent from the first glance. Enlarged air intakes dominate the fascia, now accented by vertical slats that guide airflow precisely into the radiators while also managing downforce. The LED matrix headlights sit recessed, almost like eyes tucked beneath the brow of a predator, with a focus so sharp they seem to pierce the road ahead. The new carbon fiber hood features dual NACA ducts, functioning not just for drama but for proper brake cooling, pulling in cold air and feeding it directly into the front wheel wells. The splitter extends lower than before and channels air beneath the car with surgical accuracy. Porsche's motorsport department has clearly had their fingerprints all over this, and it shows. Every line is there to do a job. Every vent is functional. No fluff. No gimmicks. Around back, things escalate dramatically. The towering swan neck rear wing commands attention, suspended from its mount like an aircraft component rather than a styling element. The wing is manually adjustable and paired with an active rear diffuser and underbody fins that adjust in real time based on speed and yaw angle. The taillights, now a single seamless strip, stretch across the rear deck and provide a dramatic punctuation to the design. The bumper has been resculpted for both weight reduction and heat dissipation, with exposed mesh grills flanking the centrally mounted titanium exhausts. Flames on overrun aren't uncommon. Neither is the grin they leave behind. The rear also features a new integrated gurney flap, a small vertical lip at the decklet edge that enhances downforce without increasing drag significantly. Below it, the license plate surround now houses a deployable camera that doubles as a telemetry recorder for track days. Porsche has weaponized the rear end of the GT3 S, and it's clear this isn't a car for soft hearts or quiet nights. Interior step to the side and the proportions remain unmistakably 911, but the stance is even more determined. The wider front and rear fenders hint at the increased track width, giving it a planted look even when standing still. Lightweight forged centerlock wheels are wrapped in sticky Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 or tires. Carbon ceramic brakes, with calipers finished in racing yellow, peek through the split-spoke design and hint at the stopping power lurking within. A new rocker panel design smooths airflow between the axles, while the flared wheel arches channel more air toward the intakes behind the doors. The side mirrors, mounted on aerodynamic stalks, are now 3D printed from lightweight magnesium alloy. The side skirts, subtly scalloped, direct air precisely toward the rear diffuser zone. Even the door handles are flush with the surface, reducing drag while still retaining that tactile, mechanical Porsche click when pulled. Open the driver's door and the world shifts. The cabin is a Spartan yet luxurious place, defined by purpose and quality. Carbon fiber wraps every surface not covered in Alcantara or leather. The steering wheel, a 3-spoke motorsport-inspired unit, is trimmed in microfiber and features drive mode selectors within thumb reach. Behind it, a curved digital cluster mimics classic analog dials but integrates telemetry readouts like lateral GS, lap delta times, tire pressures, and live aero adjustments. The seating position drops you low into the chassis, snug in new fixed-back carbon bucket seats, developed in collaboration with Porsche Motorsport. Deep bolsters keep you locked in during high G corners, while thin padding reminds you this isn't about cushy comfort. Harness points are built in for those opting for the Club Sport package. A roll cage looms just behind the seats, adding rigidity and reminding you that this car is one step away from GT racing homologation. The center console is clean and elevated, with just a row of tactile toggles for traction control, suspension stiffness, exhaust valves, and the new aero control. A short, stubby gear lever sits prominently, even though this car uses Porsche's latest 8-speed PDK dual-clutch transmission. For purists, a 6-speed manual option is still available, rejoice. Above it, the infotainment system features a motorsport skin that replaces navigation with track maps, sector breakdowns, and live coaching if desired. Voice commands can even call up sector splits or pit instructions on compatible tracks. Now let's talk about performance. The soul of the 911 GT3 S, nestled in the rear, is a naturally aspirated 4.2-liter flat-six, derived from Porsche's RSR race car program. This is not a turbocharged monster. It's a high-revving symphony of internal combustion. Output climbs to 545 horsepower at a screaming 9,100 RPM, with 465 Nm of torque peaking high in the rev range. The power delivery is razor-sharp, linear, addictive. No boost. No lag. Just throttle and fury. From a standstill, the GT3 S rockets to 60 miles per hour in just 3.1 seconds, and keeps pulling until it brushes 199 miles per hour flat out. But this isn't about drag strip numbers. This is about cornering speed, braking zones, and lap times. Rear-wheel drive only. No artificial weight. Just purity. The suspension is double wishbone up front and multi-link at the rear, all reworked with lighter components and adjustable geometry. Active dampers read the road surface 500 times per second and respond in milliseconds. The aero system adjusts in harmony with the chassis. In track mode, the car drops closer to the ground, stiffens, opens the front air dams, and tilts the rear wing aggressively for more downforce. On tight circuits, this transforms into a car that feels like it's carving the tarmac. On fast sweepers, it's stable as a jet at cruise. Porsche stability management is present but takes a back seat when you want it to. Traction is insane. Brake feel is progressive and immediate, with race-grade pedal consistency even after repeated stops from high speed. Fuel economy is an afterthought. EPA estimates sit around 15 miles per gallon city, 21 miles per gallon highway, but no one buying this car is concerned about range. The sound is visceral, mechanical, real. No synthetic noise piped through speakers. Just induction howl, valve clatter, and that raw scream at redline. Every gearshift cracks like a rifle shot. Every downshift blips perfectly. This is mechanical romance at its finest. Pricing for the 2025 911 GT3 S starts at $192,600 before destination and options. Add the WISAC package and that climbs past $220,000. Throw in carbon wheels, ceramic brakes, and Club Sport hardware and you're easily cresting $250,000. For the experience it offers, it still feels worth every penny. You're not just buying speed, you're buying a machine honed by decades of motorsport triumphs, distilled into a road-going legend. That's our in-depth look at the 2025 Porsche 911 GT3 S. A masterpiece in motion, a reminder that analog driving pleasure is alive, thriving, and louder than ever. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for more deep dive reviews from Car Alerts. Leave a comment below if the GT3 S is your dream car or if you think another machine wears the performance crown. Until next time, keep your revs high, your downshifts sharp, and your eyes locked on the apex.